Patino. This is my 4th grade lesson on lines of symmetry. This covers the math standard of recognizing a line of symmetry for 2-dimensional figures. And in today's lesson, we're going to go over numbers, letters, shapes, and a tiny activity. So by the end of this lesson, students will be able to identify the lines of symmetry, draw the lines of symmetry, and even complete missing sides on symmetrical figures. So the lines of symmetry in numbers, the numbers are 0 through 9 in this class, and only 4 of these numbers are actually symmetrical. The 0, the 3, the 1, and the 8. The 0 is symmetrical vertically and horizontally. The 3 is only symmetrical horizontally. So if we were to divide it vertically, there would be a little bit of an overlap, there would be some sides that aren't covered. We want it to be perfectly symmetrical with itself, so that when we fold it, the line that folds the object into identical halves is called the line of symmetry. So it just has to be kind of perfect. So when we fold the 8 in a vertical line of symmetry, this side perfectly coincides with that side. Same thing with the 1. 1 over here, and 1 over there. It has 2 lines of symmetry just like the 0. You can combine these numbers to make one whole line of symmetry. So if we go 1,881, put a line of symmetry here, or we could put lines of symmetry for each and every single one. The numbers are a little bit different as there are 26 the letters. The letters are different because there are 26 and not 0 through 9. Some of these, like the Y, the V, the T, and the A, are symmetrical vertically, whereas the C, the B, the E, and the K are all symmetrical horizontally. This only works with certain fonts though, because some people like to write their K's like this, and you can't really put a line of symmetry like that. It doesn't, there's a little bit of a gap here, it's a little overlapping. So if we write the K like this, there can be a line of symmetry. So it's just really looking at what you're using and seeing if it will be symmetrical. For the lines of symmetry and shapes, there's lots of shapes here, and these are all regular polygons. Regular polygon has all sides equal and all angles equal. So if we use the equilateral triangle, we have a line of symmetry going vertically in each of the diagonals. So it has 1, 2, and 3 lines of symmetry for the 3 sides of the triangle, which is a good tip. The pattern is a regular polygon of n sides has n lines of symmetry. So if we look at the hexagon, which has 6 sides, it will have 6 lines of symmetry. Whereas if we look at the pentagon, 5 sides, 5 angles, will have 5 lines of symmetry. The circle is kind of like a pizza. You can divide it up even further, tiny, tiny, tiny pieces, and it will go as small as you want to go. And then you have sort of irregular shapes that can still be divided by lines of symmetry, both diagonally, vertically, and horizontally. So for our activity, we will be doing a worksheet where we will divide some of these figures symmetrically, hopefully. If we can start with a more Christmas spirit, how would we divide the Christmas tree shape? Vertically, we would divide it vertically. So that would look like this. We would fold it in half, and that would be a vertical line of symmetry. If we were to go to the letter M, if we fold it horizontally, it doesn't quite overlap right. So we would, again, divide it into a vertical line of symmetry. If we were to go to the letter E, we can't divide it vertically. We would have to divide it in the horizontal line of symmetry. With our, let's say, our heart shape for feeling sentimental. We wouldn't really divide it, again, horizontally, because there's a big gap here. It doesn't quite fold onto itself correctly, so we would fold it into a vertical line of symmetry. If we were to do, let's say, the star, let's be a little bit more complicated. This one can be folded vertically, can be folded in a diagonal, can be folded in the other diagonal. It can be folded about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways. So the star will have 5 lines of symmetry. And while the class is finishing up the rest of the worksheet here, I'll just go over what homework we would have. Our homework would look like this. We would use the grid lines to mirror what is already given to us on this side. We would find where, if we were to fold this picture over, where the rest of the butterfly would lay. And this is all for my presentation. Thank you so much.